Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Taste of Bon. Lovely to have you back if you have already been here, and if not, please make sure you click that subscribe button because you know you're gonna want to stay. But if you still want to take a couple minutes to decide and see what this channel is about, that's totally okay. And also please feel free to go watch some of my other videos, or my other video that I posted a few weeks ago. Yeah, before I get any further into this video, I just have to say that there will be talk and consumption of alcohol in this video, so please make sure to keep in mind what the legal drinking age is in your region. How did she catch my eye? She queen size enough in the back. So today's video, if you haven't already seen from the title, is about wine glasses and if they're important. Like, are they important? Do we need wine glasses? And like, why are wine glasses such a big deal? I love wine glasses purely on the basis that they provide like a great aesthetic for when you're drinking your wine. You know, it's just like nice to like hold your little glass of wine and you're there like, yes honey, cheers, like cheers, you know. Just love the aesthetic of wine glasses. But there are more reasons why wine glasses are designed the way they are and why we use wine glasses to drink wine. Today's little wine feature is gonna be this wine that I've never tried before by the winery called Toloy, and it's a Pinot Grigio. It is, I believe, an Argentinian wine, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just clarify that. Italian wine, my bad. So it's an Italian wine, Italia. Yeah, this is what the bottle looks like. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm just gonna put it here. Yeah, so it's a 2016 Pinot Grigio. There's no real reason that drew me to this specific bottle of wine. Honestly, it was just because I liked the way the bottle looked and it wasn't like super cheap, so I was like, that must be a good wine. You know, the bottle looks good and I think it has above 90 points. So again, that's another video that we're gonna be making about what wine points mean and all that stuff. But it has very good ratings and it's supposed to be very good for like sipping and patios and whatnot. So yeah, so today we're gonna use a corkscrew, which I love using corkscrews. Take me to your liter. So I have two white wine glasses here with me. I used this wine glass in my last video, and this one is a newer wine glass that a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, gifted me a pair of wine glasses, like white wine glasses, and he was like, you should use it in your next video. And I was like, oh, this is so tiny. But then, you know me, like I love to do my research, and so I went and did research about wine glasses, which is what again motivated me to like part of the reason that motivated me to film this video. And so historically, wine glasses have been known to be much smaller, and so as the decades or whatever years have gone by, humans have become such alcoholics that we need bigger wine glasses. Which for certain wines, like the bigger the better. I mean, bigger isn't always better, but yes, this is like closer to the normal wine intake. I mean, you know, so this is more for like aesthetic and all of that stuff. I mean, I do love my huge wine glasses, and just to give you perspective, it's like almost as big as my hand, so it's a pretty big wine glass. Whereas this one is like half, I guess, just almost like, I guess like a thumb and a half. Why a wine glass is so important? First of all, why would you drink wine out of like a tumbler, for instance? Like, why would you do that? I mean, if you are at a party or whatever, obviously you're not gonna be like, I mean, again, it also depends what kind of party you're at, but if, you know, having like your wine in like a solo cup or something, that's totally normal. But like if you're trying to enjoy your wine and have the full experience of wine glasses are just amazing for that. So one of the reasons why wine glasses are so important is because of the shape of them. So they're not shaped this way for no reason. So this area here is called the aroma collector, and that is where all the aromas is sitting right now before we've even swirled it or anything like that. And so I think it's great that I have a bigger wine glass and a smaller wine glass, just so that we can compare and see if really it's, you know, it's to human advantage, or, you know, people who enjoy wine, if it's to our advantage to have a bigger wine glass or a smaller wine glass. Alright, so we're gonna just pour about the same amount. Again, we have our aroma collector right there. You know, aromas are sitting there. We haven't actually unlocked them yet, and we haven't released them by swirling. So yeah, and you know I love my white wine, my white wines, but maybe next time we will do a red wine. I'm not like the biggest fan of red wines. I do enjoy them as a person who just likes to experience wine in general, but for like everyday drinking, I just really prefer white wine. For red wine glasses, they usually are shaped a lot different than this. I have one in the back, but you know, again, I'll introduce it to you next time. So red wine glasses usually have like a larger surface area, just because they tend to be more richer grapes. You know, the Cab Sauvs, the Shiraz grapes, those tend to be very rich, and so they have more aromas, and so, you know, they need a bigger surface area to carry, or, you know, a bigger surface area is to their advantage to carry all those wonderful aromas. So I'm going to start by swirling them both, and that's another reason, like, you know, having a wine glass that's shaped like this allows you to swirl your wine without, you know, any spillage or anything like that, which is just amazing. And this is, oh wow, I think, is this a talent? Can I list this down as a talent? Able to swirl 2 glasses of wine at once. Okay, so that was good. Oh wow, that is like, I can't even explain to you guys how, wow, the difference here that I'm experiencing. So because it's a white wine glass, again, I said, you know, it has like a smaller mouth here with a small wine glass, and I'm receiving so many more lovely smells from this wine glass than I am with this one. Like, this one is quieter and like not as aromatic as this one is, which, you know, I didn't expect it to be that much of a difference, but oh my goodness, wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe the difference. I wonder if the taste is gonna be different too, It's just crazy to me. I hope you guys are able to like maybe try this experiment, because it's like, ooh, mind blowing. Before I taste these, I'm just gonna read the tasting notes that because like I said last time, I love to read about the wine before I taste it, just so I know what to expect and to compare notes with other reviewers. One of the reviewers said, like, you know, just on the nose it has like citrus components, which I kind of gathered from that. You know, it does taste a bit citrusy, and it kind of actually tastes like, I mean, it smells like lemongrass. You know, I could smell like a bit of lemongrass in there, but yeah, I don't know if that's just my nose. And so another reviewer said that the mid palate consists of like green melons, and so that's when we like taste it, you know, when it first comes into our mouth, should be like, you know, some green melons, and you know, and it finishes off with like a blanched almonds, might be, so it's probably like easier to drink, very nice and crisp. That's my analysis before I drink it. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one, the smaller wine glass. You can definitely taste those green melons. Like, yeah, it's very melony. Very, like, it has like a slight acidity to it, but it's not like an overpowering acidity. Very easy to drink. If you're a person who, you know, you're not very used to wine, I'll definitely recommend this wine as, you know, something to go on. And just before I try it from the white wine glass and give you further tasting notes, I'm just going to cleanse my palate a little bit with some water. I don't know what it is, guys, but like it's literally the same wine, but I just feel like it tastes a bit more acidic in the bigger wine glass, which is very weird. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, anyway, the more I drink them, the more they start to blend into this whole, you know, exact same taste. But again, like I'll just have one more sip, you know, one more sip, just so I can give you the right information about what I think about the wine. Yeah, it was definitely stored very well in the winery that I mean in the liquor store that I got it from. Yeah, it tastes very nice, fresh, crisp tones. So the acidity isn't like, you know, it's not as like overpowering at all. It almost kind of makes it taste a bit sweeter tones, but still quite a dry, on the drier side of the spectrum. So I wouldn't call it a sweet wine, so I'd say like middle sweet kind of wine, which I love so much. I will definitely be buying this wine again. You know, so the first pour, when you're trying your wine, you always want to pour only a little bit, because you know at first you're trying to taste it as opposed to drink it. And now that I've tasted it, I'm ready to sip up. Don't mind if I do. So wine is like more of like an experience. It's not just a taste thing. I mean, of course it can be, because you know, as you know, with everything, if you're a whiskey drinker, if you're a beer drinker, there's so many different experiences. But there's also sometimes you're just at a party, you're just trying to have some wine, you're not trying to be deep and whatever, and it's just like, just give me the freaking wine, okay? So obviously there's that, but like generally you want to be able to like smell it, and that just enhances the taste. That's why when you go to, like, I've been to a restaurant before where they serve you wine in like a in a rocks glass, so just like a little glass, and they fill it to the brim, and you are paying like $15 for a 5-ounce glass of this wine. First of all, I'm paying $15 for this, like I can't even smell it, and that just takes away from the experience. And so in that case, it's like, that's kind of pointless. And then there's also the times when, like, you know, you go out and drink and the server comes to your table, and maybe you buy a bottle of wine, and the server is like, oh, would you like to have a taste? I remember when I first started going out to like eat, and well, not when I first started going out to eat, but like when I first started getting into wine, I was very shy about tasting the wine, and like whatever, I just like, oh no, it's fine, just you can just go ahead and pour it. And then, like, you know, I go ahead and like taste the wine, and I just hate it, like it just doesn't smell good or whatever. But that first experience of the wine, like tasting it first, gives you the opportunity to decide if you actually want to have the wine. And there's no shame in, you know, swirling the wine. You know, sometimes you might feel like, ooh, I'm being too bougie. I mean, that just goes to show that you have knowledge about what you like, and you know, about your wine, which is just amazing. So to tie everything together, the 3 main things to take away from this video, why wine glasses are so important. First of all, aesthetic. I mean, hello, do you really want to be drinking wine and posting that Instagram picture with the freaking solo cup? Generally speaking, you want that little glass of wine. You know you want to look cute. Smell. Yeah, it just makes it part of the experience. Temperature. I do know that, you know, it's becoming a trend to have like the stemless wine glass, which I think is amazing for like red wines, because, you know, red wines don't need to be chilled. But like for red glasses, I mean for white wines, definitely like the idea of having a stem there, because, you know, you keep the temperature, you can chat, you can, you know, take your time drinking your wine, and it still maintains its temperature, as opposed to like stemless wine glass. Here you are 2 seconds later drinking warm stale wine, and you're like, why is this me? So yeah, temperature. To finish this video, wrap it up, I will also give you some recommendations on pairings. Sable fish would be amazing with this, you know, any kind of fish that you have. A good seafood pasta, or like if you're having like chicken, I wouldn't recommend it for red meat, because again, you want to have like a red wine, and having food with your wine is actually very important. I mean, apart from the fact that you don't want to get too drunk and embarrass yourself, but also it just makes the whole food wine experience so much better. I would definitely recommend this for date night, for girls night in, for patio chills, and all of that. It's been amazing. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos coming after this, and I promise to try and stay more consistent. Being great. Cheers.
She too fine, voila, me not waste time like them waste man guys who always try. They no let up, they no